Welcome to Blues basketball media coverage of this big game tonight between the Hobart Huskies and the Powerade Frankston Blues. I'm Damien Arsenis from the pickandroll.com.au, and tonight we've got a special guest. Yes, coach of the 14-1 Blues team who's just qualified for the Nationals, I believe.
Yes, Nationals and Classic.
So coming into tonight's game, the Huskies have got 2 more wins compared to the Blues. The Blues come in with 2 victories. And the Huskies have got 4. We'll quickly go through the starting lineups. Just bear with us, we've had some technical issues with the headsets. For the Powerade Frankston Blues, we've got Steph Reed, Saray Taylor, Sharisha Richards, Taylor Lee, and Joanna Smith. And for the Huskies, running through their starting lineup, we've got Taylor Roberts, Shana Thompson, Ellie Collins, Jennifer Schlott, and Nikki Green. And of course, the Huskies have to back up tomorrow, I believe, against the Eltham Wildcats.
Yes, Eltham, I think.
And the Blues, they've got a double header themselves this weekend. They're going to head up the road to Ringwood tomorrow. I was speaking to Coach May during the week, and she was saying that she would rather flip the games around and have Ringwood tonight and the Huskies tomorrow, especially given they've got the longer road trip.
That's it.
And we're underway here at Frankston, and it's the Huskies with first possession.
Well, it's a great start for us.
Got a turnover with the first possession by the Huskies. So Taylor hands off to Reed. Reed kick out. Smith thought about the 3. Hands off to Richard. That's a good option. So some good early ball movement from the Blues. Has them with the first possession and a score as that's deflected by Taylor. Reed with the 3 from the wing. And Richards gets the offensive rebound. That's something we haven't seen a lot of this season.
She's adding a bit of size inside at the moment, isn't she?
Shot clock's down to 5. Reed with a nice up fake and the floater. And it's Green pulling down her first rebound of the night. Taylor with a deep seal.
Another deflection.
Taylor Roberts with a deep seal. There's lots of Taylors on the floor tonight as we see Smith fire from deep and is off target. Now Taylor Roberts for the Huskies. Of course, you've got Taylor Lee for the Blues. And Saray Taylor, who just missed that 3 ball. And second and third chance opportunities for the Blues, and we just have not seen a lot of that from the Blues this season.
We haven't seen a lot of that the last couple of years, I don't think.
And of course, tonight, if you're a Blues fan, they've got a complete roster for the first time this year, maybe the last 2 years. As we see a nice drive inside there by Thompson getting the finish. We've got Courtney Wilkins returning from college as Reed loses the handle, but a foul's called. Courtney Wilkins, 4 years at University of Buffalo, New York.
Yes, I think she was there with Steph, and it's good to see her back in Blues colours, that's for sure.
And of course, Joanna Smith as well as a graduate.
Bit of a connection there.
It's amazing. We've gone from one side of the world to the other. Smith goes glass, and that's off target. Certainly a bit of connection with the University of Buffalo here at Frankston. Maybe they should consider being like sister programs or sister cities or something like that as we see Green clean up on the glass. Richards finds Reed backdoor and she misses again. Well, we haven't seen a lot of Reed do that this season. She's been making more than she misses.
And she shot pretty well pre-game as well. Didn't seem to miss much at all, but not going away just at the moment.
So Thompson fired from deep and was long. But the Huskies are going to get the ball back. Thompson. Roberts was calling for it in the post. Schlott pulls up. Nearly rattles it home, but Richards comes away with the rebound.
Well done. Oh.
Reed with a beautiful pass from the back court to find to find Smith, who was running the floor. Reed's vision and ability to hit that long pass as well is just phenomenal.
Executed it very well, didn't she? She pinpoint. A good finish.
Now, are there any Steph Reeds coming through, or Courtney Wilkins coming through the under-14s?
You know, at the moment, I think we do. Both 14s and 16s, we've got a couple of exceptional young players. I'm pretty lucky with my group, you know, watching them grow up for a long time now, and definitely a hard-working, very skillful group. Great group to work with.
So the Huskies tie things up at 6 through Roberts, who hits the mid-ranger. Lee, a lot of contact inside, and there's a whistle.
We actually have our assistant coach out in the floor as well, one of the Taylors, Taylor Lee. She spends a bit of time with our group.
And we've seen that with some of the Blues players, spending a lot of time with the junior program. Steph Reed has an under-12 team.
She does, and they are very excited. They're all double bottom 12s, their first year of rep, and got a great role model. There we go.
As we see Smith connect from downtown. That's the last thing the Huskies want to see. Smith had an exceptionally quiet night last week before fouling out in a
Watch that back cut.
nice passing.
Nice work.
Roberts inside. Yeah, Steph Reed coaching the 12-6s youngsters, my daughter's team. Nana Whiting has played them.
Yep.
We're 1-1.
Okay.
We've won one each.
Have they? Now they're some of them almost the same size as Steph at the moment, but they're great fun to watch. They've got a great role model in Steph too.
So Reed's able to stay in front, but the foul's been called, and Schlott is going to head to the line. And so is that a big focus of the Frankston junior program at the moment? Put the good coaches in with the young ones to try and bring them up and rebuild the program?
Yes, like we spoke about before, it definitely is. I think if you can start them young, give them good habits while they're young, and you know those good coaches do prioritise that as opposed to just winning tournaments. A lot of teaching, a lot of skill work, and our 12s and 14 girls, coaches at the moment, you know, we've got Nat Porter in there, obviously, as you know. You don't get much better than that. Karen leads the age groups. There's some good coaches there and working with some great kids.
So we see Smith lose the handle. And now Smith and Lee are going to put some backcourt pressure on. And I hear Nigel Young spends a bit of time with the program, the juniors as well.
He does. He was on. There's a few of them. A few of the men were on the benches down here at Frankston last night, which was it's nice to see nowadays, and it gives the young kids someone to look up to. So the imports and our local NBL players definitely putting in a lot of time.
Oh, Smith gets by for the easy layup. It's one thing you teach the younger kids. You don't let your player beat your baseline. No help at baseline.
There isn't. And they had none then.
Schlott inside to Roberts. Kicks out. The lefty goes up for three. It's short. Ooh, dangerous pass. But Reed cleans up. And they'll reset the offense. Oh, too easy again.
There we go. On the board now, Steph.
Well, she got inside twice early and couldn't get it to drop. And third time lucky.
She won't stop shooting either. We don't want to see that.
Looking across the Huskies roster, they're going to struggle to stay in front of her tonight, as most teams have this season.
Yeah, a little fleet of foot, isn't she? This will come to the corner.
Lee overshoots that, but that's going to be off green. So we're going to see our first substitutions of the night. So Green and steps out. So So we've got Waller in. And Schlott.
She's going for 2.
That's an interesting one. That was more of a shot fake than a
It
shot.
was. I thought it was going baseline, but
Yeah, I'm not quite sure she was shooting. Definitely a shot fake in it, but she put the ball straight to the floor. That's a dead giveaway.
yeah. Well,
Nonetheless, Richards isn't going to complain.
no, we'll take it. First one down.
So Richards, consummate professional, spent the European season in Spain. Hence why she joined the team late. The Huskies having a little bit of problems getting over. Just do so with a second to spare, but they've turned it over. Great hustle by the Blues, and Lee finishes the good work. And another turnover. Collins throws it out of bounds. So the Huskies haven't adjusted to the full court pressure, and we're going to see timeout.
That's the third possession in a row on the defensive end. They put a bit of pressure in the backcourt, and they look a little bit shaky, the Huskies.
Well, they didn't make any adjustments, hence the timeout. So with 3:36 to play in the first, it's a 17-12 lead to the Powerade Blues. And right now, there's a lot to like about the Blues. They're moving the ball. They're getting open shots. They haven't hit them all. And if they had have, we could probably have had a larger margin in this one.
Yeah, we could have, but, you know, the girls will continue to shoot. And as long as they're getting the open looks, you can't criticise them for that. But just in the press then, they all seem to be moving as one, which is always... It's great to see, and it makes the catches and the passes a little bit tougher for Huskies, but a good start.
And that's something that comes with time together, though, isn't it? When you're playing a team-type defence, you're not going to get it overnight.
No, you won't. You never do, and it's repetition and communication is one of the big things, and we do a lot of that with our juniors, is communicating and trying to move as one. And yeah, from this angle, that last possession looked fantastic. They really did move as one.
So it's going to be Huskies' ball. Oh,
No,
sorry.
no,
No. Turnover, you're right. Thanks for correcting me. So inside to Richards with the fall away. That's short. And now Schlott. Sorry. Going to work. Collins puts the ball on the floor. And that's a wild pass. That's 2 straight wild passes from Collins.
Just coming down to the pressure on the ball at the moment. They're staying in front. Got a hand up on the pass.
So Roberts takes her first breather. Green checks back in. Some quick fire substitutions for the tall timber for the Huskies. And Reed again. Now on that occasion, sorry, go Adam.
Bad defence in by Collins. She wasn't even looking.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say terrible defence. There was no help at all. In fact, no one recognised what was happening at all. So a long 3 balls off by Thompson, and that's batted away by Waller.
Our first sub now, Erin checking in.
Now, what have you thought about Erin Riley this season?
I loved the fact that she's moved here. I remember watching her playing for Bulleen maybe back in 12s and 14s at the Classic. Back then she could play, and she still can now. And since she's come back from injury, she, like the first couple of games, minutes a bit sparingly, but she has an impact, doesn't she? She finishes well. Another great young player in the program.
Well, speaking to Jess on the phone this week, the word we used was veteran. You watch her play, she's got such a good feel for the game. She plays like a veteran.
She does. For a young one, she's just a basketballer, a true baller, and good to watch.
Reed putting the moves on Schlott. Kick out to the corner. That pass was errant. Very unlike Reed. Normally able to pinpoint the pass exactly where the shooter wants it. So we're seeing an extended full court man. And of course, Wilkins is checked in for her first minutes tonight as well.
I missed that. She has too.
And Richards is going to pick that one up. Downstairs, contact with the legs. But Courtney Wilkins, her first minutes as a senior Blue. And their team's leading by 7. but they've got Thompson at the charity stripe. Thompson, Collins and Green are all averaging over 16 points a game for the Huskies.
Hopefully we can keep them a little lower than that tonight, but
2 points, Charlie Thompson.
So Thompson now moves up to 4 points. Roberts has 4, Schlott has 4, and for the Blues, Smith has 7, Reed, Richards both have 4 apiece. Reed. Oh, lovely move on the mismatch. Still can't hit.
Great fake, did all the hard work, and rim not her friend at the minute.
Just so uncharacteristic for Reed, not hitting those baskets so close to home. Oh, nice move by Collins and finishes. Feigned the handoff and just continued to go.
Courtney's just looking a little bit lost out there at the minute. A couple of times, just up unsure where to set the screens up this end. Hopefully that foul she just gave away might make her feel a bit more comfortable.
Can't make the three-point play. And that's a dangerous pass to Riley. Somehow it comes out to Wilkins. Oh, Reed gets in too easy. This time she doesn't even hit the rim.
Probably safe to do it that way, I reckon.
So Reed now has 6 points. The Blues up by 5. Reed shuts the door on Schlott. And that'll be a foul. Riley will pick up foul number 1. Very few fouls called in this game so far. The only player that's in any kind of danger is Thompson for the Huskies. She's got 2. So Reed and Smith check out. Lee and Ivanov for her first minutes of the night. Ivanov been trying to work her way back into form after the off-season injuries.
She has. She's down here. We get down here training on Tuesday, and she's here before practice the last couple of weeks, couple of hours beforehand, getting plenty of shots up. So hopefully the fitness is starting to kick in a little bit.
Lee probing. Loses the handle. Trying to run a little 1-2 with Tori Jackson. So a very different lineup for the Blues out on the court. Certainly not the type of lineup we've seen this season.
No.
We've got Wilkins, Jackson, Ivanov, Lee, and Riley. Very young lineup on the floor.
They are young, athletic.
Riley in transition for 3. That's an air ball. So the Blues just a little bit off. Huskies making them work.
Probably going to see one final shot here. It's gone early.
I'm going to be honest with you, that's a terrible shot.
It was. Oh.
And that's a terrible pass by Riley. So just like that, it's back to a 1-point game, and Riley from mid-court.
Oh.
Well, she hit one last week.
She did.
Can't do it this time. And it's a 21-20 lead to the Blues at end of the first quarter. But really, it was all Huskies that last 2 minutes.
A little bit scrappy. It probably rolled reverse in the last, from the first 5 minutes to the last. They looked a bit lost early on, Huskies, and it changed around the last couple of minutes. But
having said that, it was definitely a new look lineup for the Blues, as I mentioned. Players that we really haven't seen much play together, let alone Wilkins. This is the first game. So to have Ivanov, Jackson, Lee, Riley and Wilkins, it's certainly a different look. And a luxury to have for Jess May, given the challenges she had earlier in the season.
Yeah, it's at least nice to have them all out there. Give them all opportunity early, and we're still in front at quarter time, and she's obviously trying a couple of different combinations. Probably find she'll settle it down this quarter and hopefully jump back out again.
So for the Huskies, 4 points to Roberts, Thompson and Collins. And for the Blues, it's 7 to Smith. Reed has 6. Richards 4. Richards has also got 4 rebounds and Reed has 3 assists. So it's been an interesting first term. The Blues owned most of the first half of that, or probably 3/4 of it, only to give up their lead to the Huskies down to 1 as we close. Both teams shooting 46-47%. Not much has really separated either team to this date, although the Huskies have been the ones getting to the free throw line. 6 of 7 from the line. And very little else separating either team.
We did look a bit better when we were in the full court on D. They looked a little bit shaky, so I wonder whether we'll see a bit more of that this quarter.
Well, with their lineup and how quick and young and versatile, and you got some really good defensive players out there. Steph Reed, 3-time conference defensive player of the year, playing with the likes of Joanna Smith. You got Taylor Lee, Saray Taylor, one of the most underrated forwards in the league, both defensively and offensively.
Yeah. She does a lot of hard work, doesn't she?
Oh, she does.
She's got a lot of fans down here.
But one of the biggest things I've liked about Taylor is ability to stay in front of quicker players. And she goes inside and draws a foul. I believe that'll be on Collins. No, in fact, it's on Green, I think.
Foul on Hobart, number 34.
No, it is on Collins.
The first foul.
Should have stuck with my gut instinct. So Taylor at the line. That's her first point of the night. But I like what May's doing with Wilkins. Giving her a run. It's giving precious rest minutes for Richards, who's going to do a mountain of work. And Smith is still sitting out as well. And Smith has been one of their best rebounders as a guard.
Yeah. That's she's going to have to play her first minutes at some stage, Courtney.
Shot clock's down to 5. I'm not sure the Huskies have realised. They have now. And that's a good defensive
great
set.
Defensive set there. It's a forced shot at the very end. Fantastic. That's what we want to see.
Oh, Taylor gets through the tall timber. She had 3 players on her and she managed to split them.
Back in the full court again, they adjusted well that time, didn't they?
They did. Thompson connects from deep. So a good response by the Huskies, but again, Taylor running. That was an ambitious pass. And Reed says to herself, what am I doing?
I'm not sure if that's what she said, but we'll go with that one, eh?
So we're seeing the extended. Looks like it's a bit of a triangle.
We've got the
arrow.
A 1-2-2 here. You don't see a lot of that anymore. I like it.
The old arrow. Schlott going to work. Gets it inside. Thompson step back. Kicks it back out.
Here we go again.
Shot clock's running down again. And
Two
again
good
another.
sets.
Yeah, exactly. And Reed now. Probing. And that's a good move by Reed. So smart, so savvy. And what impresses me, it's not just her pace. We all know she's quick. It's her stop, start, the darting. I'm looking for that hole.
Yeah,
That's why people struggle to stay in front of her.
Yeah, she's hard to guard. She makes, when she's got the ball in her hand, she's making her opponent work really hard to stay in front.
And even if you do stay in front, she's making the defense collapse on her and she's got the kick out.
And we've got shooters out there.
So Reed makes both. She's got a little fans in the corner over there, giving her the go Steffies.
It's our, was our 12 fours, I think.
So it's continuing to see the pressure. Collins with a long one to Green. And they looked a little bit shaky. Collins will fire from deep and connects as well. Step back by Reed. The free throw line, it's long. Chased down by Wilkins. Good ball movement by the Blues. Taylor for three. Oh,
Not
it looked
quite.
in and out. But Ivanov, she'll go back up and draws a foul. And that's on Collins. That's number 2. So Thompson, Collins and Schlott now all have 2 apiece.
With a share in the points and the fouls at the moment, aren't they?
For a second foul. On the line to shoot 2 for the Blues is Millie Ivanov.
Not the same confident stroke we saw last season from Ivanov at all yet. We haven't seen it. But shooters will shoot, and that looked better. And that's good ball movement this time by the Huskies in transition to beat the press.
Got through it pretty easy then.
I think we're going to see May will change that up soon, I think they've come up with a formula to beat that one. So a short corner by Ivanov. I reckon that second free throw before got her eye in. As we can see, Smith's going to check back in a moment.
Richards too.
And now the Blues are playing a 3-2 zone. They throw it into Roberts. Kicks it back out. Collins for 3 again. This time it's short. So Taylor Lee probing. And that's an air ball. So we're seeing Jess May change up the roles a bit offensively. Lee's playing point, allowing Reed to go off guard. And that's probably more so about trying to get Lee into the game.
Yeah, it could be. And look, with Reed still being out there, she's a presence on the floor, but it actually takes the ball out of her hands and gives us somewhat of a bit of a break as well. Always a threat when she's on the floor.
See, there you go. 2 times they've beaten it very easily, and it's ended in the same result. Roberts for 2.
Stepped out of court.
So Smith's foot was out of court. She can't believe she did it, but I'll vouch for it. It was right. Right in front of us.
It was. Spot on. So going back to a man now. Really trying to keep her on the right, aren't they?
They certainly are. Green from deep.
And they've
Long
got the
2.
lead.
And so the Huskies now up 32-30, midway through the second period. The under-12 kids are trying to get the chant going. Richards. That's a tough move.
Good finish.
And that's the inside presence the Blues haven't had. And with Richards back on the court, of course, averaged just about 20 points a game last season. And Smith had very much been shouldering the scoring load until her arrival. And there she is again. And that's going to be foul number 2 on her as well, Green. So Thompson, Collins, Schlott and Green have all got 2. I probably need to tap Taylor Roberts on the shoulder and say, come on, Taylor. You got to step up here.
Definitely sharing them around, aren't they?
So the Huskies have only got a roster of 8 too, so it's something they're going to have to manage. Taylor's got a deep seal inside on the mismatch. Didn't recognise it, but Lee will hit it from the charity stripe anyway. Again, good defence by the Blues, and Collins throws it away. I reckon that's 3 or 4 times Collins has just thrown it away.
Yeah, I think it's due to the pressure. You see Smith just then getting up. As soon as she picked up the dribble, she was right up, Smith.
Richards with another long 2. Puts the Blues ahead by 2. Oh, Lee read it, couldn't get the steal. Good defence by the Blues again. Taylor comes away with it. They're going to go straight back to Richards again. No. Reed pulls the trigger. Smith gets the offensive rebound. I reckon Reed should have given it to Green there to Richards with Green on her back. So you can pick up foul number 3. Taylor, no rotation on the ball. But Smith again.
Nearly.
That was a beautiful idea, trying to get it to Taylor, but it was a bit too hot to handle. It would have been on the top 10 plays of the week, I reckon, if that had to come off.
Looked good, just didn't quite come off.
So Reed checks out, Riley checks in. Thompson now. She's been very good for the Huskies. I've been impressed with Thompson. Green tried getting the seal on Richards, and Richards did enough with the body to keep her out and force a turnover.
Seems to be a real emphasis on their defense at the moment. They're causing a lot of turnovers.
Good ball movement. Taylor Lee was short. Collins out in the break. Thompson from well beyond the arc.
Nice shot.
Shana Thompson is filling it up. Her second three-pointer of the night. And she's up to 10 points. A long 2 by Smith in response. And so the scores are changing on just about every possession right now.
There's some good shooting at the moment, isn't there?
And a big screen by Green. Where was the talk? Oh, lovely pass back inside. Roberts can't finish. Again, Thompson with a beautiful pass.
There's a little bit of a purple patch here at the moment, Thompson.
Lee fires. That's off. Riley with an offensive rebound. Just continues to persevere. And Green now
Oh, another deflection.
has it stolen by Taylor. And that's in. No, with a whistle.
What was the call?
Not quite sure what the whistle's for.
Points count, Joanna Smith. Sub Hobart.
So they've counted the points for Smith despite the whistle going before it. I'm lost.
I have no
I'm
idea
lost.
what happened then.
The whistle went before the basket, but they've counted it. So I know there was a substitution by the Huskies. Maybe it was an injury or something we're not aware of. But that was bizarre.
It was a little bit strange, wasn't it? But
The Blues get a stop and nearly turn it over themselves. Lee kicks out corner 3. Taylor's feet set.
Lee with the rebound.
Another offensive rebound. And that's the danger.
Mismatch inside.
Richards, that's tough, and Taylor will pick up foul number 1. So 5 team fouls on the Huskies in this period. The Blues haven't had one. And that goes to show that the Blues have just been really aggressive taking the ball inside.
Blues have a sub. On the line to shoot 2 is Teresa Richards.
So Taylor Lee checks out and Reed checks back in. On court for the Huskies, Roberts, Thompson, Collins, Waller and Green.
2 points, Teresa Richards.
So Waller being guarded by Reed, hounded by Reed in fact. I'd hate to be guarded by Reed.
Oh, another
And
one.
again, Thompson.
Shana Thompson for 3.
She's on fire. 3 threes
This quarter.
on 3 straight shots from deep. And she's got 13 points to lead all scorers. She's almost single-handedly keeping the Huskies in this game.
She is. She's shooting particularly well, and she's actually getting some paint touches and getting the defense to collapse on a few occasions. So you'd want to slow her down.
So Riley's
Here
got
she
the
goes
job
again.
of trying to slow Thompson. Waller from deep, that's short. Oh, Reed's going to kick it out and stolen by Thompson. Thompson's doing everything.
A frustration foul there by Reed.
That's Reed's second personal. Her and Richards both have 2.
Foul on Blues number 1, Steph Reed. That's her second foul. Blues have a sub.
Reed's playing well, but it just hasn't been her night, really, to date.
No,
It's
not at the moment.
not her usual standards that we've come to expect this season. Collins. They're trying to get it into Green, but Richards is doing a great job. Pushes her out. Mid-range shots up and in. So Green's up for the challenge.
All tied up again, minute to go.
What a battle that's been. So now the Huskies in a zone. Taylor gets inside, but that's knocked out by Roberts. Shot clock's inside 10. And that's deflected back out by Collins. So Jackson inbounding again. She'll take attempt number 2. Reed sidesteps for 3.
Oh.
And it rattles out. It did everything bar go in. And Reed this time fouled. I think that'll be on Waller. It is indeed. That's her. Yeah.
She's not happy with it. She's unsure she should have been called for the foul, but it'll stand.
On line 2 for the Blues is Steph Reed.
So there's been one place Reed has been able to connect from in this game, and that's the free throw line. She hasn't missed. And I didn't put the block on her.
Thank God.
So the Blues back up by 2. 22 seconds on the game clock. Reed gets a deflection. So if the Huskies are smart, they'll pull it out for 1. I'm not going to say anything else as the Blues now out in transition. Richards! You've got to get a shot up. They're going to hold it up. And that'll be half-time here at the Frankston Basketball Stadium. And it's the Powerade Blues leading 46-42 over the visiting Hobart Huskies. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back for all the second half action in just under 10 minutes. We'll see you then. Welcome back here to Frankston Basketball Stadium for this NBL1 clash between the Hobart Huskies and the Powerade Frankston Blues. It's the Powerade Blues leading 46-42 at halftime. And it's been a highly entertaining contest. We're about to get underway. I'll quickly run through Reed, Taylor, Richards, Lee and Smith on court. Roberts, Thompson, Collins, Schlott and Green for the Huskies.
Straight inside. Good start for the Huskies there.
Green picking up points number 8. Leading scorer for the Huskies is Thompson. She had a phenomenal second term. 3 3-pointers. Was doing a bit of everything as Taylor's blocked by Roberts. How's that? Taylor blocked by Roberts. I just had to say it back again. And this time Taylor Roberts loses the handle.
Yes. She actually had Steph sealed inside then. Lucky she did lose the handle.
Leading scorer for the Blues is Richards. She's got 12. Smith 11. Reed 10. Richards has got 6 rebounds. And Reed has 4 assists. And I should mention Schlott's got 6 assists for the Huskies as well, as Richards, top of the key, kicks it back out. Smith from the corner. That's short. Taylor gets it back. Reed wide open. Got time.
That might get it going now.
Reed had her troubles from the field in the first half. Nothing could go, but this young lady, she had a sensational second term. As Thompson misfires.
Oh.
And Reed just passes at the ankles of Smith. Again, uncharacteristic.
Yeah, she's not quite herself tonight, is she? But she's been up for a little while.
Of course, went down with an ankle injury just 2 weeks ago as Taylor read that like a book. And it's come off Collins. So great heads up play by Sarade Taylor. Reed running a high screen action with Richards. Lee inside. Tough shot by Richards. She was guarded by both Roberts and Green.
Sloppy.
Richards is picked for the foul. That's foul number 3 on Richards, and I've got a feeling we're going to see her take a seat.
Foul Blues number 22, Sharisha Richards.
We might see Wilkins come back in.
I think she's going after in a second.
No movement yet on the Blues bench. Lovely pass inside by Schlott, but it can't finish. Taylor missing the easy juice. Maybe it's something with the rim at this end tonight. Looking up in the crowd, it's good to see a number of the Blues men out here supporting.
Yeah, they've had a strong emphasis in the senior program of trying to develop a real good culture this season, and yeah, it seems to be happening. The women will hang around and watch the men afterwards.
Entry pass to Reed was picked off, and Lee with a heads-up play, and that's come off. Thompson. So the Blues haven't been able to make them pay on the scoreboard yet.
Not yet, but there's a lot of deflections tonight. It's a stat they don't get a lot of credit for. There's
That's a travel. So a lack of communication by the Blues. They hand it straight back to the Huskies. Give them a reprieve. They're only up by 5 points. Collins. Back to Thompson. She's been the go-to player. Roberts with a deep seal. This time makes no mistake. And she's got the size and strength advantage on Taylor. And of course, they would have spent some time going head-to-head. Out of Dandenong, I'm sure, as Reed gets inside. She fires herself up. It's like, yes, I'm back on track.
She is. She's pretty aggressive to start this quarter, and up 15 now.
Well, she's hit 5 straight points, including a three-pointer, and we'll go to the line for a three-point play. remains perfect from the free throw line. Roberts playing point. Roberts probably ill-advised, trying to get it inside. A kick out by Smith. Reed, she wants to shoot. She's going to go inside to Richards, and that's poked away by Collins. We're going to see Ivanov come back in, and Richards now will sit with 3 fouls. So they're going with a small lineup, especially with Roberts out on the court.
Looked at it.
She wasn't going to look twice. Lee pulls it back. Smith will not think twice.
Out to 9 now. I think it's the biggest lead of the game.
So Smith,
and they're back up in the full court.
So Smith now has 14 points, to just behind Reed's 16. So that was Smith's second three-pointer of the night, and that's short by Green. Look at Reed pushing the tempo. She goes all the way. She was missing those in the first half. This is the Reed that we're used to knowing, and just like that, it's an 11-point lead with 6 minutes to play in the third term.
She's up to about, what?
18 points.
18.
Just like that, flicks the switch, and she's off and racing. But it's what's been impressive for the Blues tonight. They've had a spread of scorers. Reed's got 18. Smith's got 14. Richards has got 12. And they've been able to get it inside and out. Certainly making the Huskies work for absolutely everything.
They are.
Thompson's still got 13 points and 2 assists. Roberts has 10 points. But interestingly, she's only got 1 rebound. So the Blues have done a good job of keeping her off the glass.
They're boxing out and securing the rebound pretty well at the moment. But I don't think Thompson's touched the ball much the first couple of minutes for Hobart in this quarter. She was a go-to in the first half, so I want to get her hands on the ball a bit, I think.
But if you have a look at the statistics, Hobart's shooting 52% from the field. That's very good. But they've had 11 less shots than the Blues, and that comes down to the turnovers.
What are the turnovers?
Well, it's pretty close, actually. 15-13.
Yeah.
Hobart's given away 15. But points from turnovers, it's the 20-14 advantage to the Blues.
Here we go.
And Frankston's now 12 of 13 from the charity stripe. So very good free throw shooting team. Roberts kicks out. Collins for 3. Reed wanted to feed Smith, but she wasn't open. And she goes to work, turns Thompson inside out, and Ivanov gets the offensive rebound. And now Lee will run point. Pick and roll with Taylor. Smith from the corner, and it's waved off because she stepped out of bounds again. She's done that twice tonight.
Yeah, she's maybe a little bit more athletic than she gives herself credit for.
Well, she's certainly been on tonight, Smith. Backing up from last week's very quiet performance. Collins goes back to Roberts. Collins open on the wing. Turns down the attempt. Step through. Nice finger roll. That jump stop in the step through is something you love to teach the young kids how to do.
Yeah. And on great vision by Reed.
Nice pass, Steph Reed.
Steph Reed does what Steph Reed does. Making plays. She does it again. Draws the offensive foul. So Reed now 18 points, 5 assists. Doing it all.
Starting to rack him up now, isn't she? She's on the move.
And she's pumped. She's got the smiles going as well. And that's one thing about this Blues lineup. They may only have 2 wins, but they genuinely enjoy playing with each other. They have a lot of fun.
They do. It's and they're exciting to watch.
Lee for 3. And that's a silly backcourt foul by Ivanov. It's one place you don't want to foul.
Not back there.
Foul on Blues number 12.
Definitely
Millie
not.
Ivanov. That's her first foul.
Just the second team foul on the Blues. Huskies have 3. And Collins puts the ball on the floor. Finlayson now on the court. Feeds it in nicely to Green. Good vision by Finlayson.
Hobart would really want to look inside. We've got a smaller lineup on the floor at the moment, so if they don't take advantage of it.
You make a very good point. With Roberts and Green both out there, really, there's only Taylor of any kind of size. There's a step back by Reed. Oh, she's on now. That first half was just an aberration.
What is she, 20, I think?
She is indeed. 20.6 assists. She averages 22.5 a game and just a little over 6 assists,
Taylor.
so she's got her averages already. And blocked by Green. Great defensive play by Green. She did well to run the floor and then track that down and send it into the
And Joe
window.
got blocked then and still smiling. Look at him. The whole bench is smiling over there. But you can do that when you're up 11.
So Blues retain possession.
Wilkins,
fires from deep.
it's got it.
And that's what Wilkins brings. Not only is she bring a bit of extra length for the Blues, but her three-point shooting is invaluable. She had a career-high 19 points, 5 three-pointers against Oregon last season. A final 14.
That's it. Reed for 3.
That was ugly. Sorry,
And
Steph,
she knows.
that was ugly.
I think she's aware of it too.
Collins now trying to catch the Blues napping. It's a 14-point lead. Good 1-2 punch. And it looks like it was poked away by Taylor. And now Roberts will check out. And Waller comes back into the game. So the Huskies have run with a 7-player rotation tonight.
Well, they've
And Thompson's played 26 minutes. Almost 27. Has not checked out tonight.
she may tie the last stanza.
And they're going to back up tomorrow. That's the big thing for the Huskies. Is Collins with a step back.
Around the court again.
Great vision by Reed.
Nice.
And Lee.
This is where Thompson will start to struggle if they're going to really push the tempo, Frankston, and get up the full court.
Collins switches it. Thompson gets inside, and it's going to be a foul on Reed. She's shaking her head.
Foul on Blues number 1, Steph Reed. That's Steph's third foul.
She's having fun again. But Reed will check out with foul number 3. Both her and Richards have 3 apiece. And the youngster Riley checks back in. Oh, lovely crossover by Thompson. And she's going to go to the line for 2. Lee will pick up a foul.
Foul on Blues number 12, Millie Ivanov.
But certainly one feels the Huskies are going to get some more scoring production. And there's a lot resting on this young lady's shoulders right now. I'd like to see, as you said earlier, they need to try and get the ball to Green more. When Green's got the ball inside, there's really no one on the Blues lineup that can probably stop her.
They can't. She's a lot of size, a lot of great footwork. We're tucking a shirt in here at the moment.
But especially with Richards on 3 fouls as well, you just want to go to her. And even if they double down, you've got 3-point shooters.
Yeah. It's just, we all been in trouble here for all getting told to tuck the shirts in. She's a beautiful shooter, isn't she?
And she's certainly having a very productive game as Thompson. But Green's got 10 points and 5 rebounds as well. And I think they need to go through her, even if she doesn't score. Just go through her in the post as we see the zone employed by the Huskies. Match-up zone. Lovely interior pass.
Very nice pass.
She's definitely looking more comfortable now, Wilkinson, isn't she, this half?
I think hitting that three-pointer as well. You know, she's a three-point shooter. That's what she does. Hitting one of those, okay, now I'm all right. And a three-pointer hit by Thompson in response. That's her first three of the second half. Lit it up in that second turn.
I think we're about to see Smith check back in.
Oh, Taylor again.
Taylor, left hand.
That's an ambitious pass. Dragged down by Thompson. Ivanov did a good job of staying in front of her on that possession. Green with a deep seal. Lovely entry pass. And there you go. They need more of that. The Huskies still trailing by 14. You cannot leave her open. I don't think Green's read the scouting report on Wilkins.
I think she will. She'll understand there. That's two.
Wilkins is 2 of 2 from deep. Collins fires. That's off target. Taylor now gets the rebound. She's got 6. Lee pushing the tempo and draws a foul on Waller.
Foul on Hobart, number 4. Emma Waller.
Yeah, I don't think Green had any idea that Wilkins had range.
No, I don't think so. That's she stepped a fair bit off then, and she didn't look like passing at all.
And Wilkins did not look like missing at all. He hit nothing but the bottom of the net. Great addition. There you go. It's going up again. Oh, just got the back of the iron and Taylor nearly tracked down. Well, if the Huskies are going to leave Wilkins open, I'm betting she's going to hit more than she misses. Waller. Doubled.
They got to go inside.
Finlayson. Shot clock's running down. Thompson.
Bit of a late call there.
Looks like it might be on Smith. It is indeed.
Foul on Blues, number 6, Joanna Smith. That's her first foul. On the line to shoot 2 is Shana Thompson.
Did she just miss?
She did indeed. There was a wry smile there as well. Makes no mistake on the second. So Thompson now flirting with 20 points. He's got 18. Wilkins. Smith, you can't leave her open either. She works her way inside. Kick out to Lee. And Lee hits the 3. It's just 5 seconds on the game clock. The Huskies turn it over nearly. Oop. And the game clock continued to run. So we're going to have some additional time put on the clock.
Yeah, I think they'll be about 1.5 to 2 seconds maybe. But it may give them a chance to get together and have a chatty while they fix the clock.
I reckon about 2.5 seconds should be back on the clock. The referees were all over it. But a great heads-up play by the Blues. Taylor Lee draining the long one. She's now almost in double figures as well.
What is she on? How many she had?
She's got 11 in fact.
So 3, 4, is that 4 girls and
4 Blues players are in double figures. And you've got Taylor has 6. And you've got Ivanov on 5. And Wilkins on 8. So they've got a...
We're going for 5.
Well, they're well on track to do it with, of course, Steph Reed, 20 points, leads all scorers. Richards has 12 points and 6 rebounds. And Smith, well, what a game she's had just quietly. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. And we shouldn't forget Saray Taylor. She's got 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists and 5 steals. Just doing the dirty work.
They are. Here we go.
So 3.4 seconds. Collins is going to have to fire. And that's off target. So at three-quarter time, it's a 19-point lead to the Powerade Blues. And we just went through the Blues scorers. They remain unchanged. Well, for the Huskies, they've been reliant on Shana Thompson, 18 points. She's got 2 assists, 3 steals. Green has 12 points and 5 rebounds. Roberts has 10 points. Only 1 rebound, though, for Roberts. Collins is up to 9 points. She's got 9 turnovers. I talked about throwing the ball away earlier. Ouch.
Yes, you did.
And unfortunately for her, she's plus minus of minus 20.
That's
Thompson's
big.
not much better either. We can talk about Thompson scoring, but she's minus 19.
It's just not their night, and having to back up tomorrow is going to be a tough weekend for the girls, I think.
Certainly will, and I think if it keeps going this way, may even try and rest some of her guns ahead of tomorrow's clash with Ringwood. And of course, the Huskies have got to back up against the Eltham Wildcats tomorrow. So it doesn't get any easier for either team. But right now, Jess may have her team in a position where she can start resting some players looking ahead to tomorrow.
I think she probably will. Probably see Tori Jackson get on in the last quarter again, I'd imagine. Get down the end of the bench.
Well, we've seen minutes from during the season, of course, from Fiamengo and Tarabolsi. I dare say we might see some of them. And of course, Ivanov getting some more minutes into her is only going to bode well for the Blues during the season. Trying to get her back into some shooting form.
Well, she's hit a couple early, I think, when she went on.
And in fact,
so Richards back on the start last.
looks like they've got the starting lineup on for the Blues. Lee, Smith, Reed, Taylor and Richards. Probably try and push it out to 25 and then run the bench.
I think.
But of course the Huskies, they won't want to let them do that. So Richards, hands off to Lee. This time Smith doesn't step out of court, but she can't get it to drop. And Schlott back on. To Collins, to Thompson. Green's also on with Roberts. Shot clock's running down, under 10 now. Roberts has been in the paint for a while. She gets out. Green's going to have to shoot. Collins with the off-balance runner nearly gets it to drop. Really stagnant offense there by the Huskies. A lot of standing around.
Yeah, not much ball movement.
Taylor shoots from deep. That rattles out.
Oh, great hustle by Richards.
Lee left wide open. That's off. Great hustle by Smith, keeps it alive, and Taylor flies through and puts it in. So it's a 21-point margin in favour of the Blues. If they can close this one out, it'll be a much-needed victory. They could improve to 4 wins this weekend if they can back up against Ringwood. But they've got to polish this one off first. Reed with a bullet pass, gets up the court, and Reed
did not give up on that at all.
No, but that's terrible transition D by the Huskies. Just a total lack of awareness of Smith running through. Thompson, just grit. Again, the Blues are running. Hand off inside, and Richards can't get the ball to drop.
They're really pushing the floor, aren't they? They're running nice and quick, trying to get in behind the Huskies' defense.
Well, I think they sense the Huskies are tiring, and they're going to make them work for absolutely everything.
That's her third foul. Reese is on the line to shoot 2 for the Blues.
And that's a soft backcourt foul on Smith. It's only her second personal. So Richards averaging 17 points and 9 rebounds this season. Of course, just across a handful of games. So you've got 13 and 9 tonight. 13 and 8 so far tonight. So she's on track to get a double-double if she can get enough minutes in this final quarter. As Wilkins checks back in for Taylor. And one feels we may not see Taylor again tonight.
No, I think she'll be finished now. Done a mountain of work again.
And she's going to have a mountain of work against the Hawks tomorrow.
Here we go.
Certainly the Blues have put themselves in a position.
Oh,
That's a foul too. That's going to be 2 quick fouls on Smith.
is that one on Steph?
I'm pretty sure it's on Smith. So now Collins. And they turn it over. Lee wide open for 3 in transition. That's short. She's hit 1 3, but certainly hasn't been on target from deep overall tonight. Schlott gets inside. Lefties off target. Great hustle by Green, but it falls to Reed. Nice handoff inside, and Wilkins finishes. Couple of Buffalo players linking up in transition.
It's 10 now for Wilkins.
Not a bad debut, is it?
It is. It's very good. Very efficient, I think, tonight.
She's 2 or 3 from downtown. And they've paid her no respect whatsoever.
That's what you get. Fiamengo in now. Reed finished for the night.
I called it.
You did.
And now Tarabolsi will come in as well. So the little used players are now checking in for some valuable court time. And of course, not just for them, but for their star players, as Richards also takes a break. Shot clock's now down to 5. Good vision by Fiamengo, but couldn't get it to a teammate in the shot clock. I'm just wondering, did Thompson actually take possession of that?
I thought they did.
I got a feeling she got her hands on it, then it was ripped out. Nonetheless, it's been called a shot clock violation. None of the players are arguing. Mind you, the Blues are up by 22. Make that 19 as Collins hits from the wing. Collins now has 14. Fiamengo probing. Smith, she's trying to return the favour. It's long. And Wilkins over the back. Pick up her second personal.
That's her second foul.
A really good debut by Wilkins, though. She looked a bit lost early. I think you called it.
Yeah.
But certainly, as the games were on, looked very comfortable out there.
Probably a good game for her to have her debut tonight in front of her home crowd.
Collins goes the reverse. So Collins with a quick fire, 5 points. It's back to 17. So they're persevering with the zone. Wilkins mid-range. All right, she can step out to the 3. She'll also do it inside the arc. Oh, nice trail by Roberts. Lack of recognition by the Blues players. Roberts now has 12. Good pressure on the ball. Probably a little bit over-officious. And Schlott can't believe she's been pinged for the foul.
Is that 4?
That's her 5th.
She leaves the game with 6 points.
She's had a bit of a rough night, hasn't she? They've really forced her to the right all night.
Well, they've played her to her weakness very well.
Yes.
They've just pushed her right, and she's hated it. Still been very effective before sitting out. Has had 6 assists. Just the 6 points. Ivanov. Shot clock down to 5. Entry pass is off target. And not a great
Bit sloppy.
offensive possession. But it's more of an unfamiliar lineup with Fiamengo out there and Tarabolsi. Ivanov seeing some increased minutes. I'm going to see Riley check back into the game in a moment. The Huskies don't have the luxury of resting anyone.
But they got no one.
8, and they've only played 7 tonight, and the 8th player is not suited up. Hasn't taken the civvies off. A long 2 by Finlayson, bounces out, and Wilkins. It's rebound number 6. Tough night at the office for the Huskies. There was some rumours that Kayla George may have suited up tonight as well. Back in the country after being waived by a WNBA team.
Might have been a different story and she suited up.
Of course, she can only play, my understanding, she can only suit up for the Huskies in NBL1 because she's already played for them this season.
Okay.
I don't think there's such thing as a mid-season trade as we see a lovely inbound set play by the Blues. And Riley cruises in for 2. That's great execution. Roberts puts the ball on the floor and she loses the handle. Riley to Ivanov in transition. She pulls up. Probably should have gone herself.
That's that lack of confidence she's got at the moment, I think. Not playing a lot.
Oh, great D by Riley. Stayed in front. Gets the deflection. And Courtney in transition. A lot of contact when uncalled. We're at the other end. That looked like a foul.
Certainly did.
Collins putting the move on. Roberts can't finish. And Tarabolsi pulls down a rebound. Oh, Riley goes all the way. No, she kicks out, but draws a foul on Roberts. Roberts just second personal. So now we see Jackson check back in. And we see Wilkins check out. What a debut by Wilkins. 12.6 rebounds.
Very solid debut.
And provides the Blues with a bit more length. It's probably not the interior physical presence that they probably lack still, even with Richards in the lineup. But that extra length and three-point shooting has proven invaluable tonight.
You can never have enough shooters.
Ivanov with the errant pass. Jackson. And that's going to be a backcourt violation. But the Blues are up by 21 points inside the final 3 minutes. The only question now is Matt May going to clear the bench and give the youngsters some court time?
Waiting for maybe Schonfelder to slip the T-shirt off, and maybe not.
Well, we haven't seen it yet. Oh, Riley again.
Riley.
Read it like a book. She pulls the trigger. The bench was up for that one.
They were, weren't they? It unfortunately didn't land.
So it's going to be a big win to the Blues tonight. Of course, a fantastic debut by Courtney Wilkins.
Here we go.
But another big game by Steph Reid, who's sat most of the final quarter. Reid has 20 points and 6 assists. Smith has 16 points and 4 assists. And Richards 13 points and 9 rebounds. And some valuable minutes now into the bench.
Schonfelder on. We'd like to see.
Now, how old is Schonfelder?
She is still 16, 17. So,
under 18s?
Under 18 still.
BJBL?
Yes, I was coaching her age group back when she was in 12s.
Oh, lovely
So it's
backdoor play. Lack
great.
of recognition by the Blues.
great to see her on the floor and Cassie Boyer on the floor at times. You know, Blues through and through.
Fiamengo for three!
Was that off the backboard?
I don't think
bank. No.
it did bank. I don't think she called it.
Oh, we're not taking it off though.
So they hit the 90 mark inside the final 2 minutes. Collins tries to get it to Roberts. It does. Little hook is off target. And a foul call.
Silly foul.
So Stevenson in her first minute. So they've officially gone to 8
Oh, we
tonight,
have
the
gone.
Huskies. Stevenson snuck in just a moment ago. We missed that. So she's officially on the score sheet now.
So both teams cleared the benches tonight.
And for the Huskies, she's the only player in the plus stage. She's +2.
Oh, not anymore.
Oh, she was.
She was.
She was. Big shout out to Taya Stevenson. So Tara Bolsey with her first points, which means it's just Schonfelder and Jackson who haven't scored tonight. And that's unusual for Jackson.
Yes. Schonfelder with a foul sends him to the line, I think.
So Schonfelder is on the score sheet as well, the junior. So the Blues are going to record a very impressive win.
What's probably most impressive about tonight is the fact that Jess has rested some of the star players and be a lot fresher tomorrow afternoon.
Well, Steph Reed's only played 27 minutes tonight. Richards only 20 minutes. Taylor has probably played the most. Her and Lee, they've played 30 minutes each. Or Lee's played 31. But they've had a number of players at the moment rack up 15 or more minutes off the bench. And that could be telling for their chances against the Hawks tomorrow. And of course, we'll be with the men's game coming up next. Schonfelder thought about the three. She gets inside the finger roll. And an offensive foul is called. The bench were all up for the Blues. They're stamping their feet. They wanted Schonfelder to get on the scoreboard. There's still a minute to go, so there's still time. Her and Jackson are the only Blues that haven't scored tonight. We've got 10 scorers.
They've done well. We've got, was it 5 or 6? 6 in double, no, still just a 5 in double figures. They've shared it around well.
And it's not going to happen because Taylor's not on court. She's got 8. And Riley tonight has just got the 2 points.
She's been a very big defensive presence. She reads it so well and helped with a few deflections and steals. But look, I can go to Schonfelder again.
This time it's poked loose.
Oh, white ball.
So they're trying to go on to Schonfelder. They probably should just run their set
Just
with
play.
Schonfelder as the option
Yes.
rather than give it to her 1 out. Finlayson nearly lost it. Collins. Jackson playing her well. Collins goes to work there. Up and under.
Oh,
And that's a foul by Tarabol.
big foul there.
But the Huskies have to back up tomorrow. And if you look at this, Roberts has played more than 30 minutes. Thompson has played the whole game virtually. 37 minutes. Collins 35 minutes. Green 32 minutes. And then Schlott has been limited to 25. So hopefully she's fresh tomorrow for their chances against the Wildcats. But Thompson has worked really hard tonight.
She's almost been the only one keeping a minute for the majority of it. And she'll be a tired one tonight. But yeah, tomorrow hopefully she'll get a little bit more help.
course, a lot of those early Husky wins were with Kayla George on their roster as well. So things have gotten a little bit tougher for the Huskies. Schoenfelder fires. Ivanov from the mid-range.
Nearly Ivanov.
94-75. And this could be the final possession. They go inside to Roberts. Collins is going to fire. Schoenfelder, Jackson nearly got it. Good ball movement by the Huskies. And that'll be just about it. Ivanov will hold it up, and it's a 94-75 victory here at Frankston Basketball Stadium. A very impressive performance by the Blues tonight over a roster of just 8 for the Huskies.
Makes it tough.
It does. And what was sort of the thing that got you from the Blues' performance tonight?
Just on the defensive end, when they were in the full court pressing, you know, they caused a lot of turnovers, got some deflections, got some steals, which that's when we really blew it away in the second quarter, and then again in the third quarter. And obviously, when you play like that, if you're playing against a team with only 8 players, or really 7, they run out of steam, and then they can't execute that well. So no, it was very good on the defensive end for the Blues tonight. Really happy with that.
And for the Huskies, what do they now need to do looking ahead? Because, of course, that was a difficult performance for them tonight, and they've got to back up tomorrow.
Yeah, I think tomorrow will be tough up at Eltham. They probably want to forget about a bit of tonight, I reckon. All those turnovers, you know, they're not going to do that on a week-to-week basis. Just felt the pressure, so probably forget about half of tonight's game. Focus on Eltham tomorrow and hopefully a bit better performance. And give Thompson a bit of help. You know, there's got to be some others that have a bit of scoreboard pressure, and it can't be all relying on her.
So just going through, Steph Reed, leading scorer of the game, along with Shana Thompson. Reed had 20 points. She didn't get going earlier, really. Most of her damage was in that third term,
it
really.
Was, yeah.
Yeah, 20 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. Smith had 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals as well. Richards, 13 points and 9 rebounds with 2 steals. And I'm going to call out Courtney Wilkins, her debut, 15 minutes, 12 points, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from downtown, 6 rebounds. And as we said, the Blues had a number of contributors tonight. And then for Hobart, Shana Thompson, 20 points, 4 of 8 from downtown. She was on fire in that second quarter in particular. 3 assists, 5 steals. And then you had Taylor Roberts, 16 points, 5 rebounds. Collins had 16 points, 4 rebounds, but 9 turnovers. And then Green, 12 points, 5 rebounds as well. And they got Little off the bench with just the rotation of 7, really. So things get tough there for the Huskies at Eltham tomorrow. The Blues head to Ringwood. And, of course, then next week as well, the Blues are going to Diamond Valley on Saturday night, then back home against Ballarat on Sunday.
Couple of big weeks for us here, so a couple of double headers.
So thanks for joining us tonight, Adam. Of course, we'll be back
you,
for this men's game coming up, and congratulations again on your 14-1s making the Nationals.
Yes, yep, club champs in October, so if you've got nothing on.
So the fundraising, again, the road's to Ballarat, right?
Yes, we're going to Ballarat. So we leave on the 28th, and then return on the 5th of October is medal day. So, yeah, all the girls are really looking forward to it. Parents are really looking forward to it. We had a great win here last night with a bunch of these women showed up to cheer the girls on. So, no, really happy.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, particularly those down in Tasmania. We'll be back shortly with the men's game coming up in a little over half an hour's time.